Here's another episode of the Roy Rogers television show, starring Roy Rogers and Dale Evans and Trigger and Bullet and Buttermilk and Pat Brady and Nellie Bell. Enjoy, because it's brought to you free on the internet by Wild West Toys. And you can shop with Wild West Toys online at www.toyguntown.com. Here comes Roy.
The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his Golden Palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Hey, I got one. I got one. Seems like all you ever pull in is weed. Why don't you face it, Pat? You ain't no fisherman. I'll bet you a nickel I catch the first fish. You got a bet. Hey, looks like we got away clean. Yeah. Relax. It's an old pal of mine. Hiya, Baxter. Hi, Fred. Meet Brad Putnam. We did time together. This is Fred Swain. Well, what are you doing around here, Fred?
Well, I heard you were out of jail and wanted to join up with you.
Well, you're in, fella. I know how we can pick up some easy dough. But first, I got a little business to attend to.
If it's Herkimer, why don't we plug him and have done with it?
Nothing doing. That old fisherman got up on the witness stand and sent me to jail. I want to watch him suffer for a change.
Well, what good shooting up all these boats going to do you?
I'm going to fix it so that he's scared to go out on the lake or any place else. I'm going to show him how it feels to be cooped up like I was for 6 years.
Well, I'll help all I can, but what's that job you got in mind?
Oh, there's an old hermit. Barney Webb lives way up in the hills. He's a real miser and has stashed away something like 20,000 bucks. Well, he's an odd character. He bought an old safe to keep the dough in.
My palm's itching. Say, I've got an idea, Baxter. We can kill two birds with one stone. We take this old codger's money, then make it look like this Herkimer pulled the job.
Hey, you might have something there. Yeah, I like the idea. Yeah, I like it.
I bet $3. I'll call you 3 and raise you 1.
I see you're 1, and I'll raise you 2.
I'll call you.
A pair of aces.
No good, Brady. 3 deuces.
Well, I'll be.
Where are you going, Brady? The game's just getting started.
Yeah, I know. But I have just gotten finished. Well, it ain't funny. I was out to raise a stake for Joe Herkimer.
Why for Joe Herkimer?
Oh, his wife, Martha, needs an operation, and Herkimer needs cash worse than a mine owner on payday.
Herkimer needs cash, huh? Well, that's right interesting, eh, boys? Plays right into my hands.
Dale, where's Roy? Oh, here you are. I seen him big as life and twice as sassy. Who? Clark Baxter, that's who.
Baxter. Roy, didn't you send a man named Baxter to jail a few years back?
Yes, about 6 years ago. Are you sure that's who you saw?
I'll bet you the $6 I just lost.
Then he must be the one who dumped you and Herkimer in the lake.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
It was Herkimer's testimony that convicted him.
Oh.
And there's no telling what he'll do next. You just gotta lock him up, Roy.
I'd like to, but until I get some evidence against him, there's nothing I can do.
I'll stick around out here and keep watch. You guys get Herkimer's horses and rig up the wagon. Okay, let's go. That's it. Old Barney's cabin. And remember, do exactly what I told you. We want Barney to think he was robbed by Joe Herkimer. Okay, let's go. Shut up, Barney, you won't get hurt.
Dirty. See, I get my hands on you, I'll wring your neck.
There's the safe.
It ain't gonna be easy to open.
You'll never get the combination from me.
Don't need any combination. A little gunpowder will do the trick.
You fellas are robbing me of my life savings.
Say, fellas, do we have to take it all? Kinda rough on the old guy.
Don't be Chicken Joe. He's just an old miser. Besides, your wife needs an operation, don't she?
Yeah, but I never robbed anybody before in my life.
You gonna let Martha die just because you can't pay the doctor?
Okay, if we're gonna take it, let's get busy.
Come on back here with that safe. Come back here. I'll fix you for this. Come back here. Come back with my money. Help! Help! I've been robbed. Help! I've taken all my money.
Let's go.
Somebody help me. Somebody give me loot. Come back here with that safe. I'll get you for this.
That was easy.
$20 bills.
What did I tell you?
$100 bills. We hit the jackpot this time. Negotiable bonds. What's negotiable?
Means anybody can cash them.
They're just like money.
That looks like the last of it. The collected works of Mark Twain. Look at this place, Mark.
$1,000 bond.
Good old Mark Twain. Fred, you take the wagon back to Herkimer's. We'll meet you at the cove.
Right.
You better put the rest of this stuff back in the safe.
posse, Blockett. Get a posse. I've been robbed. I've been hog-tied and robbed of my whole life savings, over $19,000.
Do you know who did it, Barney?
Oh, Joe something or other. That's the only name I heard. He's got a horse and a wagon and a wife called Martha, and he stole my money to buy her an operation.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I heard him. The leader said he wouldn't be robbing me if he didn't need the money to save his wife.
There's only one man around here that answers that description. Joe Herkimer.
Well, I can't believe Joe would do a thing like this.
Neither can I.
Well, he did. Now get a posse. I'll swear out a warrant.
That won't be necessary. I'll go pick up Herkimer myself and bring him here.
You ought to be dragged in by the heels, tying a man up and leaving him to die. Proved I was right all along.
About what?
The human race. It ain't fit to live with. You're all a lot of thieves, a whole lot of it.
Do you have to do this, Sheriff?
Yep. Everybody we arrest gets his fingerprints taken for the files. No exceptions.
But I didn't do anything, I tell you. I didn't rob him. Didn't even know old Barney was still living up in the hills.
Where were you last night, Joe?
At home, asleep. You can ask my wife.
He's lying, I tell you. Why, you old buzzard, you are.
Take it easy, Joe.
I better go up to Barney's and have a look around.
Good idea.
What's happening here, Roy?
Can't say for sure until I investigate.
Well, you know darn well Joe's innocent.
I think he is too, Pat. We'll see. Bullet, you better come along with me. I might need you.
Wait for me. Well, these tracks lead right to Joe's place.
They sure do.
I know Joe Herkimer. He wouldn't rob anybody.
The evidence seems to point to him, Pat.
Then where's Barney's safe?
Maybe they dumped it off the wagon up the road a ways.
Maybe.
Let's go take a look. What is it, Bullet? Powder burns. This must be where the safe was blown open.
Hey, look here, Roy. Footprints.
Yeah, and they're leading right to the lake.
Looks like a boat was pulled up here.
Yeah,
Think it has anything to do with the safe?
plenty. I think the safe was unloaded up there, blasted open, and carried down here.
And dumped in the lake?
Right.
Well, Joe Herkimer couldn't do that by himself.
He didn't do it at all. Why would he go to all the trouble of covering up those powder marks and completely ignore the wagon tracks leading straight to his cabin?
Yeah. Somebody must have framed Joe.
And I think I know who that somebody is. We have to have proof. What do you say we go back and get my boat and some grappling gear? If we can find that safe, maybe there's a clue in it.
Yeah.
Come on, Bullet. Hey, I think I've got it.
Feels like it's stuck to the bottom.
I think we better get some heavier gear. I don't think this will hold.
Oh, sure it will. Roy, let me show you.
Now, take it easy. Oh, Pat.
Oh, it broke.
Yeah. Well, we better mark this spot.
Oh, all right.
Oh, not that way. Get the buoy.
Oh, yeah. Buoy.
I'll take you back into the landing. You go get the sheriff and some heavier gear. I'll meet you over there at that point.
All right.
Suppose he does find the safe. They can't pin nothing on us.
I don't know. Rogers is a pretty smart guy. He's got something in mind, and whatever it is, it ain't good. You two boys better go out there and take care of him. Side with it.
Did you fall overboard?
Fall nothing, they threw me.
Who did it?
The same two men that dumped Herkimer and Pat. If it hadn't been for Bullet dragging me in, I wouldn't have been here to tell.
I'd like to get my hands on those fellas.
Well, let's forget about them. See if we can find that safe. Well, my boat's drifted in. I'll get it, and you boys get some grappling gear.
Come on, Pat.
Hey, I think I've got it again. You fellas do the pulling. I'll take up the slack. Boy, after all that work, I sure hope you find something in it.
Just a bunch of old letters and a couple of books.
What'd you expect to find?
Something would show that Herkimer was framed.
Like what?
Well, I thought maybe those men who did the job might have left something in there that belonged to them instead of Barney. But only Barney could tell us that.
Let's call on Barney and find out.
It's a good idea.
My letters, my account, my Mark Twain books, all my stuff. Nothing here don't belong.
Roy, do you still think Herkimer was framed?
Yes. Otherwise, why would those guys try to stop me from dragging up that safe?
I tell you, Baxter's behind this, trying to get even with Joe for testifying against him.
I think you're right, Pat. Some people hold a grudge all their life.
If we can't prove that Baxter pulled this robbery, Herkimer will have to stand trial.
But you can't do it, Sheriff. You got nothing against Joe Herkimer but them wagon tracks.
He had a motive, though. We all know he needs cash to get a doctor for his wife.
Roy searched his place, and he didn't find one single penny of this old goat's money.
That's 'cause he hid it someplace. $19,214, including bonds. Why, he even took the one I had in this book.
In the book?
Right smack in the middle to mark my place.
Maybe there's some fingerprints in here, Sheriff.
Maybe. We can find out for sure back at my office. Come on. There's fingerprints, all right. All kinds of them.
Some of them's Herkimer's, I'll bet.
Here's Herkimer's fingerprints from the files.
Well, it's not his. That clears him.
What'd I tell you?
Let me see Baxter's. Well, that does it. This book is full of Baxter's fingerprints. As big as life. The rest of them are probably Barney's, but that doesn't matter.
Well, I'll be jiggered.
Pat, how would you like to have the privilege of turning Herkimer loose?
That would be a privilege. That would be a pleasure.
Now we better start looking for Baxter. He's probably holed up somewhere on the other side of the lake.
All right. You and the boys ride around and move in from the rear. I'll take the patrol boat and cover him from the front.
Right.
Hey, wait for us.
You want to come along, Joe?
You bet I do. I got a big score to settle with Baxter.
All right. You and Pat stick with me. Hey, where do you think you're going?
I'm going to tell Martha Herkimer the good news.
Oh, fine.
They might be in that cove up ahead, Pat. We'll get them.
Not so fast. You may hear us coming and make a break for it. We'll sneak up on them.
Hey, the sheriff must have found them.
We got them, Dale.
Where's the rest of them?
They're over at Doc Leffingwell's getting patched up. Here's your money, Barney. You better count it.
Darn right I will.
Joe, I went right over and told Martha you were cleared.
I'd better get right home, then.
Look, I'm not a doctor, but I know enough about medicine to know that if Martha doesn't have an operation right away, she isn't going to live.
But Dale, I can't afford that operation. I'm broke.
Well, can't you borrow the money?
I don't know a soul who could lend me that much.
Oh, yes, you do. Here, take what you need, pay it back when you can. Well, come on, Herkimer. You can't keep your wife waiting all day.
Thanks, Barney.
Oh, I'm getting tired of living up on that old hill by myself anyway. I'll move back into town and put my money in the bank where it belongs. Try to be a human being again.
All right, Roy. You can lock this fellow up now. Book him for robbery.
Yeah? How you gonna prove it in court?
Oh, that's easy. We have your fingerprints right here in this book. You should have known better than to try to pull another job around here.
So I gambled and I lost.
Here's what Mark Twain has to say about gambling. There are 2 times in a man's life when he shouldn't gamble. One is when he can't afford it, and the other is when he can.
Say, that Mark Twain was a pretty smart feller. I wish I'd have seen what he wrote before I started playing poker.
Happy trails to you. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the Roy Rogers television show. And remember, it's brought to you free here on the internet by Wild West Toys, the only manufacturer of American-made Western toy cap guns. You can shop online with Wild West Toys at www.toyguntown.com. Hope to see you again on Down the Trail, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.